Hey, this is Hassan from Hassan Reviews, and I'm still doing video game reviews. What about that? And yeah, heads up, my next movie review will be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In fact, my review for that will be uploaded pretty quickly. I would say maybe a day or 2 days after I first see it. Just depends on what I think of it. It gets released tomorrow, but I won't be seeing it till the following day. But anyway, moving on. So today we are reviewing none other than Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Nickelodeon's attempt at copying Super Smash Bros. Now there are a ton of attempts for other companies to copy Smash Bros. I mean, look, there's about 1,000 copies or rip-offs, whatever you call them, and it's hard for me to go over them. And I've played quite a fair few of them, and there are some that haven't. I mean, as far as I know, the first Smash Bros. Copy, or rip-off I should say, well, the two that come to mind are Dream Team Fighters Mega Mix by Konami, which is basically Smash Bros. Coin battles with Konami characters plus Optimus Prime, and Shrek Super Slam. And, well, I haven't played Dream Team Konami's attempt. I have played Shrek Super Slam, and it's alright. The others. While other big name companies have attempted it, obviously we know of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and of course we know of and Cartoon Network has made their own attempt. It's mostly the indie developers that seem to get to try it the most. The most obvious ones being the most famous one being Brawlhalla, and others being there are others too, like Brawl Out and Indie Pogo. But another one that came out was Slap City, developed by Ludosity, and Nickelodeon must have really thought that was they did a good job there, because they asked them to make this. So how, now let's be fair, Nickelodeon has attempted to rip off other, put their most well-known characters in other genre, in video game genres. Obviously, they've done racing games, they've done beat 'em ups. I mean, I reviewed Battle for Volcano Island, so I really enjoyed that. They've done basketball games, they've done regular party games, they've done a lot, but, it's not, geez, raining outside. But yeah, they've had varied success. And, well, here comes Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and you know what? This is perhaps one of the best, I would say, when you take the regular indie games out of the way, when it comes to, I would say this is one of the best copies of Smash Brothers by far. So why don't we go over the roster? And this is perhaps one of the most interesting roster I think a Nickelodeon game has done since Nicktoons MLB, that baseball game, which is probably one of the strangest Nickelodeon games out there. But it's actually pretty unique for the characters they've chose. So Nickelodeon have gone through a lot of there are a lot of characters from a lot of Nicktoons available at this very moment. Obviously, you got your main franchise you would expect to see, like SpongeBob and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and newer ones like Loud House. But you've also got stuff from lesser known Nickelodeon shows like from the past, like Real Monsters and Invader Zim. But anyway, let's go over the characters. We'll start off the base roster. So representing, of course, first up we have SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, well, from SpongeBob SquarePants, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lincoln Loud and Lucy Loud from the Loud House, a show I've not seen because, I'm a grown man and I don't watch Nicktoons that much anymore. And, anyway. Reptar from Rugrats, Helga from Hey Arnold, Ren and Stimpy as a team, and Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy, Oblina from Our Real Monsters, Nigel Thornberry from the Wild Thornberries, Danny Phantom from Danny Phantom, Aang and Tope from Avatar The Last Airbender, Korra from The Legend of Korra, and Cat Dog from Cat Dog. And for 3 updates, we got Garfield making an appearance, as well as Shredder to round out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Honestly, this is a pretty good roster. I'm surprised to see they've gone out on a limb to pick characters you wouldn't expect to see get put into a major game like this. I mean, come on, who would have thought? I don't think anyone would have thought Oblina, Nigel Thornberry, and especially probably Reptile, Helga getting in, honestly, over some of the main characters from those shows. And you know, the stages are pretty well designed too. I mean, obviously, some TV shows get more stages. Obviously, SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Loud House all get a lot. But you've also, and you know, every franchise at least gets one stage represented. And they even, when Shredder was announced, rather than including another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stage, they created a stage based on the live-action show Double Dare. So that's pretty cool. And you know what? Again, that's one of my major things. I love the choice of characters. Of course, I do hope more characters get added along the way as DLC, which we do know should be coming. I mean, if I'm going to pick more Nicktoons that I want to see in this game, going with what's already been chosen, I love to see characters. I love, of course, in terms of main characters, I love to see Jimmy Neutron and I mean, Fanboy and Chum Chum should probably make it. Jimmy Neutron is a no-brainer in my eyes, and I would say some other ones too. But I also like to see maybe Jorgen from Fairly Odd Parents get in as that representation. You know, tough puppy, you know, a Dudley puppy, you know, he'll be good choice, you know. And I guess if it's even possible, I mean, I kind of would laugh my socks off if Angela from. They actually include Angela from Rugrats in. That would be funny. Yeah, but you can dream, you know. And you know, gotta say, I like what they've done already. But anyway, moving on. And the game. So let's get on to the gameplay and control, which I think is actually pretty well done. Honestly, the speed of this game feels similar. Is probably in between Melee and Ultimate in terms of Smash Bros. Comparisons. They flow really well. I think each of the characters are great to control, and everyone their attacks are in line with their characters. I mean, I love when I use Garfield to see him just eat some lasagna just to attack his opponents. SpongeBob, of course, has his, and SpongeBob always shooting bubbles is great. And Nigel Thornberry, oh my gosh, his animal mannerism attacks are so funny. In terms of the characters feel good, the gameplay is natural, and I just love how these characters control. If I have to pick my favourites at the moment, obviously I think Danny Phantom's probably the one I play the most, but I also get a kick out of Nigel, and I think Nigel, Garfield, Leonardo, and I would probably say Helga and Sandy. They're my favourites at the moment. And I think the stage design is actually pretty well done. Every stage is good to play on. Yes, there are the hazards, but you know, you expect that. But I love the way each level stage is designed, and they look pretty good. In fact, the graphics themselves, yeah, aren't the best, but you know what? They actually pop up pretty well. I think it works well for this game, and you know, all the Nicktoons just blend in pretty well with this. It's great. I love that. I don't mind the graphics. If only, in terms of the aesthetics, if only the music I think was better. I mean, it's not bad, but it's forgettable outside the main theme. And at the moment, there's no voice acting from these characters. I mean, come on. I wish. I know it's going to get patched in eventually, but come on. I really wish they could have added the voice acting before they shipped the game out last year. And I know. I think, and also, well, you of course have your regular fighting modes. Unlike Smash, you don't have that many other choices really, which is a shame because a lot of game platform fighters are like this, where they seem to have less modes included from the base game, but seem to add in later on, which is disappointing. Though I'm sure more will get added in eventually, and who knows, when Warner Brothers releases Multiverses later this year, they can rectify some of these mistakes. I mean, they're already going to have the voice set. They've already got a pretty well stacked voice cast, and you know, I've got a good feeling there'll be a lot of modes available, including a probable story mode. But yeah, it's funny. This has been perhaps. I mean, I don't know how Multiverses is going to come out, but this is probably one of the best mainline rip-offs of Smash Brothers in my eyes. This is great. I think it's really good, and I definitely think it's well worth your time giving it a go. I'm not sure how the DLC will fare for this. It'll just depend on what they do. And as I said, who knows? This game may get forgotten when Multiverses comes out to become the next Smash Brothers copy. And well, plainly is. And though I think this is going to also inspire other companies to jump on board. Mainly, I think the likes of DreamWorks, Disney, Universal could probably jump in, and other game companies too could probably do it. Especially those who have already had characters from their respective that they own appear in Smash Brothers. You never know. But for what it is, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl gets a solid 8 out of 10 hat stars. In fact, honestly, this is better than Chocobo GP just because I think the controls are better and everything's more balanced in my eyes, But with that said, it's time for me to look forward to my next review, which will be, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I am looking forward to seeing that, and I'm hopefully sure it'll supply the fan service and be an overall step up from the last movie, which seems that way from everything I've seen in the adverts and clips they've shown already online. Don't disappoint me. So honestly, I think you all know I'll be more disappointed if Illumination screws up the Mario movie. But I haven't even got a trailer for that yet. But in the meantime, this is Hazard from Hazard Reviews out, and I shall see you in my next review, which will be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Ciao.